Today, we mourn the heartbreaking loss of a true wrestling icon. Sabu, the man who redefined hardcore wrestling and left an indelible legacy on professional wrestling history. Known for the stories of wrestling's greatest heroes. Sabu, born Terry Michael Brunk on December 12, 1964, in Staten Island, New York, is best known as a trailblazing hardcore professional wrestler who helped redefine the genre in the 1990s. He is the son of professional wrestler Sam Wildman Brunk and the nephew of the legendary Ed Farhat, better known as the Sheik, who played a pivotal role in shaping Sabu's career and in-ring persona. Growing up in a wrestling-centric family, Sabu was introduced to the art and brutality of professional wrestling from an early age. Brunk was raised in Michigan, where he absorbed the principles of kayfabe, maintaining the illusion of wrestling's authenticity, a doctrine his uncle the Sheik followed religiously. From his teenage years, he began training under the Sheik's tutelage. He learned a blend of old-school tactics and violent brawling, especially focusing on brutal gimmicks like fireballs, spike attacks, and table spots, elements that would become integral to Sabu's wrestling identity. Early wrestling career, 1985-1992. Sabu made his wrestling debut in 1985, primarily wrestling in his uncle's promotion, Big Time Wrestling, later known as NWA Detroit. Initially, he performed under different masked gimmicks including Terry SR and Super Genie. However, by the late 1980s, he started using the name Sabu the Elephant Boy, referencing his uncle's exotic Middle Eastern gimmick and adopting a silent, mysterious persona who communicated mostly through body language. Throughout the late 80s and early 90s, Sabu worked across various independent promotions in the United States and Japan. He gained early recognition in Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling, FMW, in Japan, a promotion known for its ultra-violent style. There, he showcased his penchant for barbed wire matches, no-rope ring bouts, and fire death matches, endearing himself to hardcore wrestling fans internationally. Breakthrough in ECW, 1993-1995. Sabu's career exploded in 1993 when he joined Eastern Championship Wrestling, later rebranded as Extreme Championship Wrestling or ECW, under Paul Heyman. He became a mainstay and one of the faces of ECW's transformation into a hardcore wrestling powerhouse. With his unique blend of high-flying athleticism and brutal, weapon-heavy style, Sabu quickly became a fan favorite. He popularized moves like the Arabian Facebuster and the triple jump moonsault, using chairs, tables, and other props as springboards for gravity-defying stunts. Sabu was also known for wrestling through intense pain. One of his most famous moments came when he taped up a gaping bicep wound mid-match with athletic tape to continue fighting. In ECW, Sabu feuded with major stars like Taz, Shane Douglas, and Rob Van Dam. His intense rivalry and later tag team alliance with RVD defined a golden era of ECW. Together, they held the ECW World Tag Team Championships twice. Individually, Sabu captured the ECW World Heavyweight Championship and the ECW World Television Championship, becoming one of the most decorated and respected wrestlers in the company's history. CW and international appearances, 1995 to 1996. 1995, Sabu had a brief stint with World Championship Wrestling, WCW, where he made his debut against Alex Wright. Though he initially received a strong push, his time in WCW was short-lived due to backstage issues and the company's more conservative style, which clashed with Sabu's wild and unorthodox methods. After just a few months, he was released from WCW. Following this, Sabu returned to Japan and worked for promotions like New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW, and Wrestling Association R, WWAR, where he continued to participate in high-profile matches, maintaining his status as a global hardcore icon. Return to ECW and legacy matches, 1996-2001. Sabu returned to ECW in late 1995 and resumed his role as one of its top stars. His legendary feud with Taz culminated at ECW's first pay-per-view, Barely Legal, in 1997, in a brutal and highly anticipated bout. The storyline had been building for over a year, as both men had refused to fight each other until the confrontation. Sabu's chaotic, risk-taking style often came at a physical cost. He accumulated a long list of injuries, including broken ribs, fractured vertebrae, and countless lacerations. Despite this, he never wavered from his commitment to the hardcore lifestyle. As ECW's popularity waned and the promotion eventually folded in 2001, Sabu's name remained synonymous with the brand. He had become one of the most influential wrestlers in shaping the extreme style that ECW championed. And mainstream exposure, 2006-2007. After years of staying away, ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view and the WWE vs. ECW head-to-head special. Despite initial momentum, his run in WWE was marred by backstage issues, including an infamous drug-related arrest, with fellow wrestler Rob Van Dam in 2006. WWE management gradually reduced his TV time, and by mid-2007, he was released from his contract. Later, career and independent circuit, 2007-2021. Following his WWE release, Sabu returned to the independent scene, working with a variety of promotions such as TNA, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, Juggalo Championship Wrestling, XPW, Extreme Pro Wrestling, and Pro Wrestling Syndicate. He continued to engage in hardcore matches, drawing nostalgic fans eager to relive the ECW era. In 2010, he was inducted into the Hardcore Hall of Fame, and in 2014, he was honored by the Cauliflower Alley Club, cementing his legacy as a pioneer of hardcore wrestling. Sabu remained active into his 50s, continuing to perform occasionally in North America, Europe, and Japan. Despite his deteriorating physical condition, he retained a cult following and never fully retired from in-ring competition. Personal life. Despite his wild in-ring persona, Sabu was known to be introverted and humble in real life. He married Melissa Coates, a fellow professional wrestler and bodybuilder who was also his valet in later years. They had no biological children, but were heavily involved in supporting young wrestlers and mentoring talent. Illness and death. Sabu struggled with numerous injuries throughout his life: spinal issues, torn muscles, and broken bones. He also underwent surgeries for hip replacement and battled chronic pain daily. In early 2025, Sabu revealed he had been battling stage 4 liver cancer, a condition he had kept private for a long time. On May 10, 2025, he tragically passed away at the age of 60, surrounded by loved ones. His cause of death was complications from liver failure related to cancer. The wrestling world mourned his loss, with tributes pouring in from across the globe, from Paul Heyman to Rob Van Dam, all honoring the legacy of this hardcore pioneer. Cars, houses, and lifestyle. Sabu lived modestly for most of his life, choosing to invest in training schools and helping indie promotions rather than living lavishly. He owned a comfortable home in Las Vegas, Nevada, and previously resided in Detroit. He was fond of classic muscle cars, particularly a black 1970 Dodge Charger, which he showcased at fan expos. Despite the violent nature of his job, he maintained a quiet lifestyle, enjoying painting, old movies, and training young talent in wrestling schools. Net worth. At the time of his death, Sabu's estimated net worth was $1.5 million. While he never reached the financial heights of mainstream WWE stars, he earned steadily from indie appearances, merchandise, autograph signings, and conventions. Sabu's legacy is unmatched in the world of hardcore wrestling. He changed the very fabric of what was possible in a wrestling ring. Long before ladders and flaming tables were mainstream, Sabu made them an art form. He influenced generations, from CM Punk to Jon Moxley, who have cited him as a major inspiration. His style, often imitated but never duplicated, bridged the gap between Eastern and Western wrestling styles. Fans remember Sabu not just for the scars he bore, but for the emotion and intensity he brought to every match. Sabu may be gone, but his name will forever be etched in wrestling history. The scars, the dives, the silence, they all told the story of a man who gave everything to the ring. Rest in peace, Terry Sabu Brunk, the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying maniac. Wrestling will never be the same without you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as we continue to celebrate the legends who gave us unforgettable moments. Thank you for watching.